Two people went missing on Saturday after heavy rain, including in Catalonia in northeastern Spain. Firefighters said they were searching along the banks and mouth of Foix River for two people who went missing near the town of Cubelles, about 15 kilometers from Barcelona. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez called a great caution and urged people to avoid unnecessary travel in 10 northern and eastern regions that were on high alert on Saturday. The National Meteorological Service EMET reported that 10 centimeters of rain and fell near Barcelona a few hours. Catalonia and neighboring region of Aragon were on a red alert of extreme risk due to rain and could bring up to 16 liters per square meter hour, according to EMET. As a precaution, Spanish railway company Red temporarily suspended train service across Catalonia on Saturday. In Barcelona, roads were blocked and one hospital was forced to turn away passengers due to flooding. A plane flying from the city to US was forced to turn back after the nose was damaged by the hailstorm. This downpour, like it currently affected the country, was caused by the weather phenomenon known in Spain as cold front of Dana, during which a massive cold air descended over the warm waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Barcelona, Spain. A powerful storm hit the Catalonia capital, plunged the city into chaos, and torrential rain caused flash floods, damaged infrastructure, and disrupted daily lives of thousands of people. The downpour, which began late on Saturday evening, dumped more than 18 millimeters of rain a few hours, more than a month of rainfall. Streets turned into raging rivers, cars were swept by the water, and metro stations were forced to close. This is the strongest storm they've seen in recent years, said meteorologist Carla La Riva. A sudden drop in atmospheric pressure and warming temperatures created the perfect conditions to the storm. Emergency service reported more than 215 calls during the night, responded to flooding homes, fallen trees, and drivers stuck in flooding cars. Local authority confirmed that there were no casualties, although several people suffered minor injuries. One resident, Luis Orteta, described this scene. "I looked out the window and saw the street disappear underwater. I was terrified. We had to move everything upstairs to get the situation got worse." Public transport in the city was paralyzed. Barcelona metro line in 3 remained closed on Monday morning and buses experienced significant delays. Schools in several areas deployed to open it to remain closed longer. Experts link in event to climate change, northern Mediterranean storms, and becoming more frequent and intense. They were seen in most normal. Cleanup efforts are ongoing, but authority warn in the morning rain is possible. Local residents are advised to follow the news and avoid unnecessary travel. Barcelona may be accustomed by sunny weather, but last night provided that nature can change the rhythm in the city in a matter of minutes. Barcelona, Spain. Sunday evening, severe storms swept through the center of Catalonia. causing torrential rain, hurricane force winds and chaos in Barcelona. In a matter of hours, the bustling city was transformed into crisis zone. Emergency sirens blazing through the narrow streets of the Gothic Quarter and flash floods overwhelmed the severe scene, turning historic center into raging blue rivers in some areas, such as Gracia, Exemples, and wave level rose by more than half of a meter, flooding basements, ground flood stops, and underground parking slots. The city recovered with a gust exceeding 100 km/h, which uprooted trees and damaged roads. Near Placa Catalonia, park and scaffolding collapsed in Norwell, missing persistence. Authority closed public parks and promised down some precautionary measures. Local hero Mark Ferrer, a volunteer firefighter, recorded rescue an elderly couple trapped in their car. When we got them, the water is already inside. If we had 2 minutes later, they might not have survived. Tourists were also caught off guard. At least 13 flights were delayed and diverted at parts of airport due to flights and poor visibility. Social media was flooded in shocking images. Flooded subway tunnels, motorcyclists flooding the streets, and firefighters vaccination and feet in the coast. Spain National Meteorological Agency EMET issued a red weather alert, warning that new storms could hit the region during the week. Climatologists point to rising sea surface temperatures in the Mediterranean as a key factor causing increasingly frequent extreme weather events. Major Jimmy Cubelles declared a temporary state of emergency. Barcelona will recover, but this should wake-up call. Climate resilience is no longer no option, it is urgent necessary. Barcelona is starting to clean up, and these things is clear. The city is not only battling the weather, but also climate change will be no longer be ignored. The flooding has left inclusion several minor roads and a carriageway leading the Zaragoza caused significant traffic delays and making some areas completely inaccessible. Public transportation have also been severely affected, with the buses and trams unable to operate in the most affected areas. Authorities have issued a warning to residents, advising them to stay at home and avoid unnecessary travel. Emergency services are working around the clock to respond for calls to help, and firefighters to rescue teams are using boats to reach those stuck in their homes.